Muletrain!
And it is time now for our quick update Muletrain news program on this Thursday, March the 12th, 2015, brought to you today by the First Bank, along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant.
2 Muleshoe residents were flown by AeroCare ambulance to University Medical Center in Lubbock Wednesday morning, and 1 man from Bovina was treated and released at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center as a result of injuries they received in an explosion that occurred Wednesday morning after 8 at the Mensa plant just at the east edge of Muleshoe off of U.S. Highway 84. Juan Jaime, a longtime employee at Mensa, who is in his 50s or early 60s, was injured in that accident. Both men from Muleshoe are listed in critical condition in ICU at University Medical Center in Lubbock. Juan Jaime is more seriously injured as he has internal injuries. His co-worker, Arcadio Quintanilla, 24 years of age, of Muleshoe, had surgery Thursday morning. It was Archie's first day on the job at Mensa, and he had only been at work for, at the most, an hour and a half. Juan Jaime has a wife, 2 sons, and a daughter, and has lived here in Muleshoe for many years. The explosion Wednesday morning at Mensa was an explosion from a water tank, and OSHA had cited back on January 22nd Mensa Corporation for 33 serious violations. Archie Quintanilla is originally from Muleshoe. However, he had just moved back to Muleshoe 2 months ago to live with his uncle, Juan Rangel. He had been born in Clovis while his parents lived here in Muleshoe. He is the son of Arcadio Quintanilla of Jacksboro, and his mother now lives in Alamo, Texas, and she is Rosalinda Quintanilla, but they both formerly lived here in Muleshoe, and Archie attended Muleshoe schools. His maternal grandparents are Felipe and Rosemary Rangel, and as I said, he has an uncle here, Juan Rangel, with whom he lives. Juan Rangel, ironically, also worked at Mensa and was hurt on the job in 2012. The family is staying at the Overton Hotel in Lubbock for 5 days, courtesy of the Mensa plant here. And please remember, both Juan Jaime of Muleshoe and Archie Quintanilla and all of their families in your prayers, please. Also on your prayer list, please continue to remember the family of Wesley Hawkins. Funeral services for Wesley Hawkins, 90, of Muleshoe, a longtime resident of this community, will be held Friday morning at 11 in the Muleshoe Church of Christ, with Mike McDonald of Lubbock officiating. Burial will be in the Muleshoe Memorial Park under the direction of Ellie's Funeral Home of Muleshoe. Wesley Hawkins moved to Muleshoe in 1928. He died on Tuesday here in Muleshoe. Wesley Hawkins was born December the 3rd, 1924, in Childress to Frank M. and Julie May Smith Hawkins. He was the father of Regina Clarkson Dent and the brother of Peanut and Richard Hawkins, all of Muleshoe. Wesley Hawkins married Nadine Stansel in Clovis on January 18, 1947. He served in our United States Army during World War II and was a good, hard-working family man, loved people, and he enjoyed telling jokes. Wesley Hawkins was preceded in death by his parents, Mr. and Mrs. Frank Hawkins, and also two sisters, Alma Crim and Melva Carmichael, and a brother, Delbert. Survivors include his wife, Nadine, of the home here in Muleshoe, three daughters, Regina Dent and her husband, Ronnie Dent, of Muleshoe, LaDonna Tree and her husband, Mike Tree, of Shreveport, and Jolinda Johnson and her husband, John Johnson, of Andrews, two sisters, Alta Gates, of Muleshoe, and Aline Tyndall, of Hereford, three brothers, Leroy Hawkins, of Lubbock, Eugene Peanut Hawkins, of Muleshoe, and Richard Hawkins, also of Muleshoe. 8 grandchildren and 13 great-grandchildren also survive Wesley Hawkins. The Hawkins family asked that memorials be sent to the Christian Children's Home, 1356 New Mexico 236 in Portales, New Mexico. That zip is 88130. And you can send sympathy messages to the Wesley Hawkins family at www.ellisfuneralhomes.com. And repeating, Wesley Hawkins was 90 years of age when he died Tuesday here in Muleshoe, and funeral service will be held at 11 on Friday morning in the Muleshoe Church of Christ, with Mike McDonald of Lubbock officiating, and burial at the Muleshoe Memorial Park under the direction of Ellis Funeral Home of Muleshoe. Please remember all of the family of Wesley Hawkins in your prayers, especially his wife, Nadine. Ricky Don Hunter, 57, the son of Joyce Hunter of Muleshoe, died Sunday morning at 10:40 New Mexico time in the Clovis Health Care and Rehabilitation, where he had lived for the past 7 years. His body was cremated under the direction of Ellis Funeral Home of Muleshoe, and a private family graveside service will be held later. He was born November 27, 1957 in Abilene to Billy Don and Joyce Dean Hunt Hunter. Rick served in the United States Army National Guard, and he was a member of the Baptist Church in San Antonio. While he lived in San Antonio, he volunteered at two different hospitals where he read to children while their parents went to eat or just take a break. He loved all of the certified nurses' aides, the nurses, and the residents at the Clovis Health Care and Rehab. They all would laugh when he sang with Geraldine, and everyone would sing along. He was a good Christian man. He always bowed his head and gave thanks to the Lord before his meals. The last thing he said to his mother, Joyce Hunter, was on Saturday afternoon before he died the next morning, and it was, "I love you, Mom." He loved to read and also write poetry. Rick was preceded in death by his father, Billy Don Hunter. Survivors are his mother, Joyce Hunter of Muleshoe, his great-aunt Doris Scott and her husband R.L. of Muleshoe, his uncle Cloyce Hunt of Hamilton, Montana, his cousins Darrell Hunt of Hamilton, Montana, and Darla Holman of Washington State, his aunt Linda Botts of Snyder, and many friends at the Clovis Health Care and Rehab. He had lived here in Muleshoe at the Parkview Nursing Care Center from 2002 to 2004, and then moved to Brownfield, and from there He moved 7 years ago to Clovis. You may send sympathy messages to Joyce Hunter and her family, his mother, at www.ellisfuneralhomes.com. And please remember all of the family of Ricky Don Hunter, 57 years of age, in your prayers, and especially his mother, Joyce, here in Muleshoe. He died Sunday morning at the Clovis Health Care and Rehab Center, and there will be a private graveside service here in Muleshoe with the family at a later date. We'll be back with more Muletrain news in just one moment. Please stay tuned.
Chips are delicious. Have you been wasting time looking for a good meal? Well, go to Leal's Mexican Restaurant in Muleshoe at 1010 West American Boulevard and try the Irma's Special. If you are under 12, try the grilled cheese. You know Leal's in Muleshoe is the original Leal's Mexican restaurant. I highly recommend it. 5 generations of our family have eaten at Leal's. What did you say, Isla? Chips are delicious.
And this edition of the Muletrain News is being brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant, along with First Bank, where you can now show your school spirit with the First Bank MasterCard School Spirit debit cards, available now at 202 South 1st Street, or call 806-272-4515. Right here in Muleshoe. They're available for the Muleshoe Mules, the Dimmitt Bobcats, or the Bovina Mustangs. Contact the Muleshoe branch of First Bank today, 202 South 1st Street, or call 806-272-4515. Show your team spirit and earn cash for your school every time you swap your card. Available again for the Muleshoe Mules, Dimmitt Bobcats, or Bovina Mustangs at the First Bank here in Muleshoe today. The First Bank is member FDIC. Don't forget about the Name the Robot contest going on at K&K Pharmacy for your chance to win $100. You put your name for their new Prada Max machine. It's a high-speed automated dispensing system, and put it in their hopper, and on March 20th they will draw one entry for $100 in cash, and they'll name their new Prada Max machine after your robot name. Name the Robot contest video. You can see it on our Facebook, Twitter, and also rotating here on Reach Broadband Channel 6. Get your entry in by March the 20th at 1411 West American Boulevard, K&K Pharmacy.
The dialysis unit that was operated by Div, located here in Muleshoe at the Parkview Nursing Care Center, closed on February the 28th because a not-for-profit business cannot have a for-profit business in their facilities. And when the bond was up at the Parkview Nursing Care Center, then they were able to close that contract between the two companies. Now, also, Diakonos is in negotiation to manage the Parkview Nursing Care Center for the Muleshoe Area Hospital District at this time. Barry Cowart announces that concerned citizens of Bailey County will meet on Monday night at 6 at the Bailey County Civic Center in the meeting room to discuss the alcohol vote that the citizens of Muleshoe will be voting on May the 9th. Anyone who is interested is urged to attend, according to Barry Cowart. That's concerned citizens of Bailey County meeting Monday night at 6 at the Bailey County Civic Center in the meeting room. And now it's time for 5 Area Telephone West Plains Telecommunications to bring you the weather forecast for Muleshoe, Sudan, Amherst, Earth, and our entire area. And at 5 Area Telephone, West Plains Telecommunications, Mark Washington, and all of the staff want to salute the Muleshoe Area Public Library for the many resources that they have and the lovely building they provide for the citizens and guests of our community and area. At 5 Area Telephone, West Plains Telecommunications, they feel that Muleshoe and our area is so very lucky to have such a Muleshoe Area Public Library and staff. And they say with pride, thank you for the services that you provide us.
Sunny today on Thursday for the Muleshoe area, high around 70 degrees, south winds around 10 miles per hour. Then tonight, partly cloudy, low only around 35 degrees, south-southeast winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Then on Friday, a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly after 1 p.m., mostly sunny. High a little bit cooler for Friday, around 67 degrees. A 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms Friday night, partly cloudy with a low around 38 degrees. Saturday, looking at a sunny day, high near 65 degrees, north-northeast winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour, mostly clear Saturday night with a low around 37. Sunny on Sunday, high near 71 degrees, mostly clear Sunday night, low around 37. Then Monday, sunny, high near 75. Mostly clear Monday night with a low around 38. 5 Area Telephone, West Plains Telecommunications has presented to you this edition of the weather forecast, and repeating, sunny for Thursday in the Muleshoe area, high near 70 degrees, south winds around 10 miles per hour, partly cloudy. Thursday night, low around 35. Then Friday, a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly in the afternoon, mostly sunny. High a little bit cooler, around 67 degrees. Then Friday night, a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly cloudy with a low around 38.
We hope that you are enjoying online as well as on the air on Reach Broadband Channel 6 the highlights from the Muleshoe Fine Arts Night to Shine, sponsored by the Fine Arts Boosters of Muleshoe Schools. It is being brought to you, the art display, the band, the choir, and also the one-act play of Hamlet, courtesy of these Muleshoe merchants: Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, the Muleshoe State Bank, Barrett Potato Farms, Dale Oil Company, Hereford Feed Ingredients, Jarman Seed and Insurance, K&K Pharmacy, Muleshoe Animal Clinic, and Muleshoe Vet Supply, Muleshoe Housing Authority, Randall Field CPA Firm, Lee Al's Tortilla Factory, Muleshoe Independent School District, 5 Area Telephone, West Plains Telecommunications, Precure Electric, and McDonald's of Muleshoe. We'll be back with more Muletrain in a moment.
The swing bed program is available now at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center for the patient who is no longer in need of acute medical care but is not yet comfortable functioning independently at home. Call today for more information about the swing bed program, available conveniently here at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center, 806-272-4524.
The Muleshoe High School one-act play, Hamlet, by Shakespeare, is being presented in the University Interscholastic League district competition this spring under the direction of Dr. Carrie Moore, Candice Floyd, and Louis Pacheco. And on the cast are Christian Mora, Isaac Acosta, Dylan Miller, Carrie Mendoza, Blaine Shipman, Ryder White, Michelle Chavez, Julio Alvarez, Jose Martinez, Giovanni Giovanni, Brianna Velasquez, Zena Gallegos, Cheyenne Carpenter, and Melody Tosh. In the stage crew that is so very important, Allegra Mora is the stage manager. Assistant is Blake Parker. Sound, Lizette Mojica. Lighting, Cody No. props, Jesse Leal, and stage crew, Trey Villa. Cuddle under the stars at the Muleshoe Area Public Library during next week, which is spring break in the Muleshoe schools. On Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, they will have activities for all ages. For 2-year-olds and kindergarten, 10:30 to 11. Please join the library staff as they read books and sing songs that focus on our heavenly stars. Day 2 will be Pajama Day, and that's on next Tuesday at the library. Also during spring break for 1st through 5th graders from 2 to 3:30, they will read Every Soul a Star and make origami stars. They do need volunteers to help come on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to make the origami crafts. Junior high and high school will meet from 4 to 6 each evening, and A Fault in Our Stars will be read, followed by the movie. The Fellowship of Alcoholics Anonymous and the Al-Anon family groups are meeting in a new place in the First United Methodist Church. All AA and Al-Anon members are to enter the south door at the First United Methodist Church, and AA will meet in the second room on the east. Al-Anon meets in the first room on the west. In our bargain basement for sale, brand new girls' clothes size 5 and ladies' clothes size 6 and 8. See at 407 East Ithaca or call in Muleshoe 806-3975-3975. On our prayer list, remember Joyce Clements. According to her granddaughter, Crystal Reyna, she is a new resident this week at the Parkview Nursing Care Center. Please remember Joyce Clements and her husband Fred and their family all in your prayers. Joyce Clements is a new resident at our Parkview Nursing Care Center. Remember Francis Miramontes, Delmer Clements, Larry Thornton, Danny Ramirez, Tom Jinks at Covenant Medical Center in Lubbock, room 580 South, where he has had 2 surgeries on his leg. Larry Thornton and Vicky Stovall Perry of Canton, formerly of Muleshoe, the daughter of Linda Stovall of Muleshoe. Johnny Atkinson of Farwell at Covenant Medical Center in Lubbock also. Dorothy Wire and her husband David and the family of Mary Ann Miller, the sister of Margaret Adams of Muleshoe. Well, it's just about time for us to go now on the Muletrain News.
Muletrain! Muletrain! Liberty climbing over hill and plain.
And the Muletrain News program is brought to you today by the First Bank along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant. You can hear it rotating here on Reach Broadband Channel 6, as well as find the last 10 Muletrain News programs on demand, free of charge. Anytime you want to listen to them, click on the Muletrain News link at the top center of the page at muleshoetv.com.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith. O'Donnell has an old-fashioned service station. Details in a moment on the Sound of Texas.
And the Sounds of Texas are brought to you here on Reach Broadband Channel 6 by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, who are supporting our Muleshoe ISD and all of our area fine arts students. You can find the Fine Arts Night to Shine along with the one-act play of Hamlet on our front page at muleshoetv.com today. That's free of charge on demand. brought to you courtesy of Bailey County Electric. And they're celebrating 75 years of rural electrification through Bailey County Electric here in the Muleshoe area. And they hope that you enjoy the Sounds of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
I was born and raised in Draw, Texas. It's 13 miles east of O'Donnell.
Maurice Jackson bought a service station in O'Donnell in 1968 and never even thought about installing self-service pumps.
Because we had a lot of elderly people that I thought needed to be waited on, you know. We provide gas, air, oil. We wash the windows, oil changer, and all that. We do that. We fix the flats. We still do all that they used to do years ago. We just did it the old-fashioned way. All they have to do is just drive up and say what they want, and we tried to provide for it.
He has the only station in O'Donnell.
Years ago, back in the 30s and 40s, there were a number of stations around. There were service stations on every corner and one in between.
The station has never closed since it was built in 1927.
Phillips built this back in the Model A and Model T days. A little cottage-type building. I tried to preserve it. It's still got the same roof it had when it was built. It's got the same, the windows, not the glass, but the window frame.
A lot of people go to his station just to get some peanuts and a soft drink. He sells the original 8-ounce size Coke. He has some loyal customers and some who come out of curiosity.
I've had people call me from Washington, D.C. A lady sent me a card from way down in Florida. I've had lots of people from Fort Worth, Dallas area, Kansas, different places come by. I have a book that they sign. They just want to come by and visit, and some don't even get the gas. They just want to come by.
He is open Monday through Saturday noon.
I open up at 6, and I close at 6:30. So that's 12 and a half hours for 47 years.
He always has something for kids.
I have a sucker I always give them. The dogs, I have a treat for them. I mean, they go crazy when they come by. They want that treat.
Maurice Jackson of O'Donnell, a little place northeast of La Mesa. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.
Time now for the market report, brought to you today by Stephen Dement, financial advisor with Edward Jones, located right here in Muleshoe in his offices at 104 West 2nd Street. Member SIPC. He can assist you with any of your financial needs, no matter where you live. Call 806-272-4102. The market report was recorded this Thursday, March the 12th, 2015. At 11:50 a.m. U.S. stocks are advancing after 2 days of losses, with a report that showed retail sales unexpectedly fell, bolstering the case for keeping interest rates low. Separate data showed U.S. jobless claims fell far more than expected in the latest week, returning to a level that is consistent with an improving labor market. In corporate news, Intel announced that it expects first quarter results below its previous guidance due to weaker than expected demand for business desktop PCs and lower than expected inventory levels across the PC supply chain. U.S. bond prices are trading higher with the weak retail sales data. So far this morning in the S&P 500, the best performing sector is utilities, while the worst performing sector is energy. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 170.76 at 17,806.15. The S&P's 500 index is up 16.56 at 2,056.80. The NASDAQ Composite Index is up 20.36 at 4,870.30. This morning, volume on the New York Stock Exchange is moderate with 181.81 million shares traded. Advancers are outnumbering decliners by roughly 4-to-1 margin. In commodity markets, the spot price of gold is down $2.16 to $1,153.15. The spot price of silver is up 7 cents to $15.57, and crude oil prices are down 24 cents to $47.93. In the bond markets, the 30-year Treasury yield is currently 2.66%. And the 10-year Treasury yield is 2.07%. Some stocks of area interest. EMC Corporation is up 0.30 to 26.02. Wells Fargo and Company is up 1.37 to 55.07. General Electric Company is up 0.14 to 25.33, and AT&T Incorporated is up 0.47 to 33.06. J.P. Morgan Chase & Company is up 0.62 to 60.82, and Pfizer Incorporated is up 0.27 to 33.90. The market report has been brought to you today by Stephen Dement, financial advisor with Edward Jones, member SIPC. Call 806-272-4102 or go by his offices here in Muleshoe, 104 West 2nd Street. You can find more market information on his website at www.edwardjones.com.